Good afternoon, Love Tribe. I'm back again. I didn't think I'd do a full moon ritual, but I need one. I'm going to Vegas. So I thought maybe you could need one too. So today is the full moon. It is, what is today? What is today? Sunday. Sunday. See, I don't even know whether I'm coming or going. I've been so busy this week. For all of you who ordered readings from me for the March Madness special, I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys gave me a bunch of extra money to go on my vacation. And I leave later this afternoon. We're heading into Painesville, Ohio, to stay with my niece. Pardon me, I got a runny nose. To stay with my niece for the night. And tomorrow night, late, it's actually Wednesday morning, but it's like our flight leaves at 5 a.m. So we have to be at the airport at 3 a.m. And so my niece is going to let us park our car at her house and drive us into Cleveland. So enough about me. I just wanted to give a reminder that on April 2nd, and I think it's Central Time, I don't know, it's Vegas time, look it up. I'm doing a live collaboration at 3 p.m. Vegas time with Rich Lopp, guys. Woo, woo. Okay, so I channeled a short message. I asked Spirit to keep it kind of short. I felt good, like I could have channeled for hours, but I tried to keep it and them a little shorter so that we could get this done. Okay, today I am using, excuse me. Matter of fact, guys, what time is it? I believe the moon is just going full. It's almost 4 o'clock here. I don't remember what time, but it's 3 something Eastern Standard Time. So we're doing this just about right. All right, so I am using a green candle for abundance, and I am using the white candle. White candles can be used for anything, right? You just write your intentions on them. But I want to remind you that a full moon is a moon for releasing. I also personally, hold on just a second. I got to get my cat out of my room. Come on, you get your butt out of there. Sorry, guys. My other computer had a pause button, but this one does not. Ugh. But my kitty likes to scratch my headboard all up, and I don't want her in there. Okay, so anyhow, back to what I was saying. Full moons are about releasing. So, and our channeled message is about releasing too. So I'm going to do the channeled message first before. No, I'm going to light the candles because they take 2 hours to burn. I'm not doing a 2-hour video. Let's do the candles first. Then we'll do the channeled reading, and then you can write your intentions and burn them. Okay? So I use, and most of you know this already, but this is for new viewers. I use a mechanical pencil without lead. The lead's up in there, but I just don't push it out. And then I write my intentions on my candle. And so I'm writing abundance, carving it into the candle. And prosperity. And then on the last side, I write blessings. Okay. That one's done. Then on my white candle, I am writing, releasing, and I am also writing, for me, you guys don't have to write this, but I'm writing safe travel. And I always write love somewhere. This is fun for me. I feel like a little kid carving in my candle. Now, for those of you that are twin flames, if you want, you can also draw the yoni, which is this, and write union, which I did. All right, where's my handy dandy lighter? Oh, thank you, Spirit. I have guides, I swear to you. If you didn't know, I channel Spirit, and they talk right in my head. And my guide just said, don't forget the oil. So we've got love oil. And I am putting on my white candle. If it'll roll. Put a little on my wrist to get it rolling. Okay. One down, one to go. I put protection oil. I got this at Lilydale. I put that on the green one and on the tip of my white one. I'm wheezy today. Wheezy. Remember the Jeffersons? Well, we're moving on up to the east side. Here we go. Are you ready? I always melt a little bit on the bottom so it'll stand up. I use a bigger candle holder so I can put 2 in instead of the one that holds just 1. Okay, voila. Mine looks like this. Okay, guys, let's give them a light up. We'll get them going, and then we'll do our channeled message from Spirit. I'm not at my regular desk, so I don't have a lot of room. Where am I going to put this bad boy? This beautiful intention candles. Here we go. All right, so it's out of view, but you guys know it's burning. All right. Are we feeling like we're a little bit greenhorn at the moment? Okay, now for me, I've got a ton of crystals on my table, guys, a ton. But if you have a crystal and you want to set intentions with it, you don't have to do it now. You can do it after the video. But I take mine, I run it under cold water, and I cleanse it. I bless it, and then I hold it in my hand. Especially clear quartz is really good for this. This is one that I use a lot because I can carry it in my pocket, and it can be programmed. Okay, so you clear it with the running water, or a piece of selenite, or you can set it out under the moon, whatever you want to do tonight, and set your intentions, program it with what you want it to do. And then you carry it in your pocket for the next 20 days. All right, drink a coffee. We're going to get to channeling. Oh, my coffee's gotten cold. I made it at like 9 o'clock this morning. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, so I went online. I think it was Molly McCord, and got a little bit of info about the Libra moon. Because I'm not an astrologer, so I have to kind of borrow from others. So Venus. Okay, so right now it is the Libra full moon. And Libra is ruled by Venus. Okay, now I don't have a chart to show you, but Libra's over here. Venus is currently right across, directly across 8 degrees this way, along with Chiron and the sun. So this is what Molly said. If you're interested in looking her up, it's Molly McCord. She said that Chiron, the sun, and Venus are conjunct at 8 degrees of Aries, directly opposing the moon, which is at 8 degrees of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. Okay, that's all I needed to know. From there, I kind of start channeling. Spirit says this is a time of strengthening what you've been healing since 2020, and for some of us since 2018. Probably the ones from the School of Hard Knocks, right? Takes us twice as long to get it done, but that's okay. We're doing it. So this is a time of strengthening what you've been working on healing. It says Venus in Aries is not its normal, comfortable position for her. Actually, I got that from Molly. But in these aspects, conjunct the sun and Chiron in the sign of Aries, this is giving her the strength to be independent, doing things on her own. A maverick, independent leader. Now, if you're a divine feminine, does that resonate with you? Because that really resonated with me. I thought, you know what? I have really, really changed on my healing journey. When I first divorced my husband, I was scared. I was in lack mentality. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I'd be able to handle myself. So this really kind of hit home. By the way, guys, I thought this was where the channeling started. It didn't. This is still Molly stuff. But in the sign of Aries, when Venus is in the sign of Aries, this is giving her strength to be independent, doing things on her own as a maverick, an independent leader, enabling her to better understand who she is. Now, with the sun in this mix, there's an illumination and a chance of higher consciousness. So this is an opportunity to look at what you've been healing from and gain a clearer, new perspective, or shall we say differently than you have been seeing things up until now. More clearly is the way Spirit was whispering in my ear. It's a moment of clarity where everything that has been confusing. So for like me, I've been super confused about my mission, my twin flame journey. And I have had tests. I've had a couple of people really testing my faith on my journey and my meaning and what I'm doing. And this Libra moon has given me some clarity. I had to go back through my journals and I had to look at how my ascension unfolded. And man, it was profound. I can't state it any other way other than profound. Um, very divinely guided. It was like I felt like I was underground, and everything that I had ever hidden from myself came into view and was ripped from my chest, willingly or not willingly. And I purged and I purged and I purged and I cried and I had past life memories. I'm telling you guys, it was intense. It has been intense for 3 years. Now I hate to say it, but I kind of miss it because I don't know, I'm a double Cancer. I kind of like to wallow in that stuff, but it's like it was my muse. All that pain was my muse. I wrote music, I wrote poetry, um, lyrics. It was what I was. I was the pain. That's what I existed in. It's who I was. And since my healing has began, I have released so much karma. I've done so many healing rituals and given pardons to people that probably wouldn't have deserved it, but it isn't about deserving. It's about pardoning with grace and unconditional love. So wherever you are on your journey, if you've been doubting, you know, am I a twin flame? Is this truly my path? Have I truly healed, or has this been holding me in a narcissistic, codependent, drowning feeling kind of energy? And so, guys, I had to reassess. And the truth is I have healed huge, huge abandonment wounds and um, feelings of unworthiness. What you believe is what you conceive out into the world. And I didn't believe I was worthy, and therefore I was broke as a joker all the time. And when I started moving into the healing process because of the activation of my twin flame. Now, guys, if you're not a twin flame, but you're on the ascension journey, this still applies to you, okay? Everybody gets a catalyst. If you're on the ascension and you're not a twin flame, your catalyst could be anything. It could be the loss of a job, the loss of a family member, the loss of a marriage. But somehow you get triggered into that dark zone, right? And that is the catalyst for the healing process that comes with the ascension. And then the purging begins. And so, it's the same journey, just different beginnings, different catalysts. For those of you who are on a twin flame journey, you'll understand. I was broken and dying for years, 327 pounds, and I was so unhealthy. I had so many diagnoses from the doctor. It was crazy. It was just my whole skeletal system was decomposing inside of me. I had degenerative bone, disc, joint disease, fibromyalgia. My diabetes was out of control. My thyroid was a mess. My kidneys, I'm telling you, I was dying. I was dying, decomposing from the inside out because I was miserable. I had so much pain and unexpressed emotions inside of me. Now, maybe you resonate with that, maybe you don't. But for me personally, when I've been being tested on my faith and what I do, faith in who I am, and faith in why I'm doing what I do, I had to go back and I had to check because it's been a while since I've been in that cocoon. I mean, I've had my wings for a little while now. They're still wobbly and wet, but I have them. And so when I was tempted to lose faith and believe that this whole thing was just some horrible narcissistic relationship that went nowhere and was just drowning me. I kind of resonated with that a little bit because there was still healing I needed to do inside of me. And so I did. I felt abandoned still by my twin flame. I felt not worthy, not good enough. And my spirit guides clearly told me, that's you. You can't put those emotions on him. My twin's been nothing but honest with me. And, I called it breadcrumbing because he would reach out and maybe send me a sentence if he was lucky. And it hurt my feelings because I thought, I thought you cared about me. But he's a married man and he has not chosen to become, anything less than that. And so I have to honor that marriage. I have to honor that contract the same as he chose to honor it, whether I like it or not. And so we've friend zoned each other, and that's the way it should be. That is acting in integrity. And so I was doubting. I was like, okay, so if he's my twin flame, then how come I'm not seeing any progress? But I had to go back through my journal, and I have seen so much progress. In the beginning, it was a hot mess. My twin flame was, quite frankly, it felt like he was looking for a booty call and he wanted, to run away together like our old patterns. It's like, I'm not happy in my marriage, Tracy. Let's run away. And no, we didn't repeat those patterns. We acted like mature adults, or at least I did. And then he did. I'm telling you, we've both grown so much, so much. So this Libra moon has really helped me to reflect on my journey and my purpose, right? In the twin flame journey, there has to be healing. I mean, it's what it's all about, is the release of karma. It's the healing. And if I'm not willing to be working on that, on me, because really your twin is you. And, everything that you're afraid of inside of you is what you project onto them, and it's what they project back to you. It's the mirror. So I don't know if we'll ever be together. And quite frankly, I'm at the point now where I'm good with that. I really am. I know that God will send me all the happiness and joy and love that I will ever need in my life because I went inside and did the work. And I am worthy. And so, is there promises on the twin flame journey? No, there are not. But I am seeing things much clearer. And I know that my job is to help those of you on this journey who aren't in narcissistic relationships. And you do have to check in with yourself. If your person mistreats you or disrespects you in a very unhealthy way, because you got to remember they're your mirrors, so they're going to do a little bit of that. But I'm talking about, what abuse is, right? Physical, mental, spiritual abuse. If it's abusive, if it's thumbing you down and making you more broken, that's what I want to say. If you feel more broken through engaging with your partner or your perceived partner, then you're probably fooling yourself. You're probably allowing your ego to tell you it's a twin flame journey when it's not. If you have seen patterns, experienced enlightening moments, if you have made changes in how you show up, if you have empowered yourself against those behaviors and seen your twin adjust and correct their behaviors too, which mine has greatly, then you need to trust your intuition and tell your ego to just shut up, okay? Because my intuition tells me I am 100 billion times a better person than I ever could have been, all because I met my twin. And every single time we've connected, and we have been in and out of each other's lives many times for 40 plus years, every time we come together, I leveled up. Every time. Can I say he did? I'd like to think he did, but I don't know because we separate, right? That's the twinny thing. When you're in ego and you're in your fears of abandonment and such, you tend to withdraw. It's the divine's way of protecting us from the toxicity of the brokenness. So I'm going to get back to the channeling, but I just wanted to kind of tell you guys that if you're like me and you've been struggling with believing in this whole roller coaster ride we call the twin flame journey or the ascension journey, you need to go back and look at the signs and synchronicities, the miracles. I've journaled miracles, things that could have never ever happened in a normal situation. Signs and synchronicities and, channelings and like things I couldn't do before. I've got gifts and skills I never had before. I could talk to dead people. That was my gig. So if my twin texted me today, I've made the decision that I am not leaving the situation I'm in. This is where I'm happiest. This is where I'm most fulfilled. This is where I want to be. This is where I choose to be. I still would swear by the twin flame journey. My entire life has changed for the better. And I am so grateful. Grateful, 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 grateful. I mean, I if I saw him in public, I'd run up and hug him and tell him, thank you. Everything that we have experienced over the last 40 years together has made me the person I am today. And I think I'm doing pretty damn good. And so you need to take a look at all the things you've gone through with the person you believe is your twin flame. And then you'll know. You'll just know. You don't have to question. You don't have to be lost in your headspace. When you're lost in your headspace worrying, that's ego. Anytime you're trying to make a decision, you should always go with your first intuitive hit, because that's your intuition, that's your inner knowing. When you allow your monkey mind to start picking it apart, piece by piece by piece, that's the ego. And that's what we're here to tame and change. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the channeling. It might be a little repetitive now because I think I've talked about some of it. But if you guys are my soul tribe, and most of you are, you get as much from these little Tracy chats as I do, because we're in tune. We're a soul tribe, right? The people that don't get it, they don't have to get it. I don't care. I'm not looking for a big channel. I want a big channel because I want to reach as many people as I can. But my spirit guides tell me, Tracy, you are reaching the ones you're meant to. And when it's time for more to come, we will bring them. And until then, we don't need the riffraff. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be facetious because I love all of you. But I mean that a lot of YouTubers get, hundreds of thousands of viewers. And then comes a lot of riffraff with that. People that aren't on the journey and they're just, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I've seen some of them. It's like, why do you bother? I guess they're lonely and bored, right? So anyhow, I'm here for you and I'm here for me. And whether this journey is anybody else's journey doesn't matter. It's my journey. It's your journey. And it's helping us. And I have done on this twin flame journey what I couldn't have done in 20, 30 years of counseling, professional psychiatrist counseling. I've learned how to love and how to forgive and how to release. And I have people who have been in counseling for years come to me and tell me that, the tools that I've given them have helped them to do in a couple of months what it hasn't happened that they've been trying to do for several years. So have faith in what you believe and trust your inner knowing. Okay? So we're going to get back to the channeling. I don't even know where I left off. I'm just going to start at the top. So this moon in Libra is a turning point. If you take the time to go within and reflect, this is a perfect opportunity to see clearly the patterns in your relationships and things that have been a cycle that you've been repeating over and over again, especially in relationships. Same person, different face, right? So if you go within, you'll be able to clearly see the patterns in all relationships or situations that have been a cycle set on repeat that you've probably been made aware of by spirit or will be made aware of if you're willing to look at it. So how do I break this cycle and heal? This is what I asked my spirit guides. So this is where the channeling came in, because I started with the info. I was just writing it down that Molly was talking about. And then I paused and I'm like, okay, Molly's video was like an hour long. I'm like, I'm not doing all that. People can go watch her video. I wanted to ask my guides, so I started with a question and I said, all right, so how do I break these cycles and heal? And my spirit said, enabling you to see things in a new, different light. We are asking you to come back to yourself, to leave what others say or perceive behind and come back to yourself. What or how are you changing? Take your time to seriously reflect on how much healing you've done and just how far you have come on this journey. Give yourself a round of applause because we see clearly all of the changes that you are willing to make. Just like when you change your diet to lose weight and get healthier, dropping several sizes, the changes over time may not be as apparent to you because you look in the mirror every day and tend to see with the same eyes, the same person staring back at you. However, others can see a very drastic and dramatic difference. We tend to keep pushing ourselves, never happy with what we've accomplished or fully grateful for how far we've come. This is my higher self. She always talks in we. So this Libra moon is asking you to come back to yourself, to look through clearer eyes at just how much your hard work and determination have paid off on your healing journey, to see yourself with a renewed, clearer assessment, an opportunity to see old patterns that you have released and those that you're still struggling to release, that were in your shadows and that are now brought to the light, giving you an opportunity to clear them once and for all. Also giving you the opportunity to show up different, better, more nurturing, better, more healthy patterns, allowing you to finally see how far you've come and to also see yourself the way that others see you. Changed, transformed, healthier, barely resembling the broken inner child you once were. You've changed like the caterpillar to the butterfly. We are constantly healing and changing, but this Libra moon, if you're willing to work with its energy, you could finally close an old chapter, one of old patterns and cycles that were not serving your highest best. Ask yourself, where have I been spinning my wheels? Stuck. What is that one situation or one relationship or one belief system that you know has been needing to transform and be released? Is it a thing, a place, a person, a job, addiction or habit, or a belief system that was based in fear or lack? You know, those stories you tell yourself that are not true. And now you finally are being offered a chance to see or be shown how to release or transform it for good. And it is here that Spirit wants me to remind you to celebrate you and all of the hard work that you have done, no matter how far you've come or how far you have yet to go. Celebrate each and every milestone and journal. Guys, I am a sporadic journaler. I journal epiphanic downloads that I get or channelings, but I don't daily journal, and I really wish that I had done that, because I think that it would be so helpful on seeing those patterns to go back and read what you wrote, words from your own head, your own mouth, and see how those have changed. So journal, and congratulate yourself. So in summation, if you've been slaying dragons, one dragon at a time, this Libra moon is a perfect opportunity to slay one of the really big ones and to bury it for good. Trust that whatever is meant for you will never be held from you. And if you've struggled to let something go, have full faith that if it's meant for you, once vibrational alignment is achieved, it will return. If it's not released, if it's not in alignment, release it to make room for the new. So, excuse me. What I believe they're saying is, especially for me, I wrote out and I already did my burning ceremony, because it was personal, and I'm going to do another one with things that are less personal, but I already did one, and I don't know how you guys feel, but if you're in a twin flame dynamic with a masculine who needs time, and maybe it's a little time, maybe it's a long time, but you've been feeling like you're stuck because they're stuck. Don't you understand that because you're stuck, they're stuck? They're you in another body, having a different experience. And they chose to be that divine mirror. And they're not going to show up until you're ready. And you can't be ready if you're stuck. So you need to love them deeply enough to release them. And to be in that place of faith that what is meant for me will never be kept from me. And repeat mantras to yourself all the time. I am worthy. I am just as worthy as anybody else. Rich people are rich because they know that they can be. Happy people are happy because they choose to be. Everything comes down to what you believe about yourself and your life. And so if I'm stuck, it would stand to reason that he's stuck. And I'm stuck because he's stuck. And he's stuck because I'm stuck. And there's that infinity loop. And so I choose with this Libra moon to no longer be stuck. I'm going to live my highest and best life. And I've said this before and I struggle with it. So I'm not saying it's easy. And I'm not saying that a couple days from now I won't be stuck again. But I have to keep affirming over and over and over again that I'm only stuck if I choose to be. And so I'm going on with my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new life that has been such a gift and it has not been wasted. I will not allow it to be wasted. And if that means dating, I'm going to date. If that means falling in love, I'm going to fall in love. If no matter what, the universe has a way of doing things. And if my twin and I are meant to be together in the future, things will synchronistically just line up. And until then, I'm not going to stay stuck. So you can take that as advice if it feels right for you, or you can continue to spin your wheels like I've been, because there's no judgment there. There's benefit in the stuck space too. So I just want to remind you, if you're in a relationship that you have dubbed twin flame and it's painful, let me reword that, because the twin flame journey is painful, but it's not the pain they're inflicting on you. The truth of the matter is it's the pain that already lives inside of you that you keep inflicting upon yourself. But if your twin hits you or, calls you horrible names or flaunts other women in front of you and laughs in you, anything, the difference between light and dark, period. If there's darkness there, run for the hills, because 9 times out of 10, if you're on a twin flame journey and you're with somebody who is dark, seriously dark, then it's to heal you. And you need to take a look at why you resonate with a person like that. And then you need to learn to release them and let them go, twin or not, because they're going to have to go through a lot of healing before they're ready for anything that's called a sacred relationship. And so I don't want to, in my job and on my mission, keep people stuck. That's not my job. My job is to lift you up and to hold you in the light and to guide and coach you on your journey and to give you tools to do your shadow work and to raise your vibration and learn how to manifest from a healthy, loving, whole state. And if that's not what you're doing, if that's not what we're doing, I know it is. I know it is. It's like I can't even say it. It's like I know. I am that sure of my journey. If you're not, use this moon to go within and get that surety, that clarity. Go back to yourself. Leave what others say and others do and others show to the side. That's all ego. Everything out there is you pushed out. What you believe you will align with. You'll find people to validate anything you need validated. So why not do that for yourself? Why not go inside and validate your own journey, your own feelings? And are you healing? Have you healed? Or are you more broken and a bigger hot mess than you were before you met this person? Because that's how you're going to know if you're truly on a twin flame journey. If you're a bigger hot mess and more broken and more codependent and more addicted and more any low vibrational, you need to reassess. You need to get back to your knowing and out of your ego. And you might need to take a huge leap away from people who make you feel like that, no matter who you think they are. And I'm willing to do that for me. If my twin ever harms me or hurts me or causes me to fall into a deep depressive place, then I'll know that it's time to go, the time to go, right? But go back, look at yourself. Where have you been and where are you headed? That will be the clarity that you need to determine if you're on the right path. And I don't know about you guys. Talking about this is hard for me. That's why my throat chakra is a hot mess today. I've learned a lot. And I don't speak a lot on it. And I should probably speak on it a lot more. People trigger me in those old wounds and patterns. And my ego wants to tell them to go fuck themselves. I almost did. And then I just backed off. Hit the delete button, right? I'm not sure if either of those are a healthy way to handle that. My throat chakra, I probably should have spoken my truth with love and genuineness. But I don't like to give my energy. I guard my energy. I don't want my frequency to drop for more than a millisecond. And so I just chose to hit the delete button and say, if I'm called to respond in the future, I will do so. As of right now, I don't need the drama and I don't need the doubts. But I did need the trigger. The trigger was a blessing. Triggers are always a blessing because they show us where we still need to work, right? So yeah, my kid's going to be home any minute. And I did want to draw just a couple of cards. We're just going to do oracles today, guys. I'm not going to do full readings. I'm going to ask Spirit to give us some guidance for this full moon in Libra through the Moonology and the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. And we're going to call it a day. And guys, I'm going to Vegas. And I'm going to see Rich and Leah and the girls and their house. I'm going to get to spend a whole day with them. And the other 3 days, I going to my friend's wedding, my childhood friend that I've known since we were kids. We're going to see, I think it's called the Valley of Fire in Red Rock Canyon. That's where she's getting married on April Fool's Day. I'm so excited. All right, Spirit. We would like some guidance for this full moon in Libra for all of us who have been working so hard to find our way on this ascension. Can you give us some love and light and guidance until the new moon? Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the full moon in Libra? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Ooh, 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 ooh. That was cool. Did you see that? Like 4 cards flipped, only 1 fell out, and the other 3 flipped right back around and landed on top. It was like profound. It was like Spirit says, oh, I want that one, but not these ones. And flipped them right back over. That was cool. All right, bottom of the deck. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. We are in Aquarius season, guys. For thousands of years. I don't even know how long. I mean, longer than we'll be on this earth, we will be in Aquarius. Don't make me burst into song. This is the age of Aquarius. All right, we have work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. And that's what I did, guys. I was triggered. And in my deepest fears, my deepest fears is to mislead anybody else. It's okay if I get stuck or confused or somehow lie to myself. But I never, ever, ever want to do that to you. And so I want to empower you to constantly go within and check in with your own knowing. Never give your power away, not even to me. I'm on this journey too, and there will be messages that don't resonate with you, and I don't intend you to take them. But that was my biggest fear, is that somehow I could be reinforcing in you some kind of a relationship that is harmful. And never, ever, ever do that, guys. You will know. If you don't know the difference between what feels like light and dark, then you need to acquire that discernment. Okay, next is nothing is yet set in stone. And I think Spirit's saying it's mutable. Look, things can change. But if you've been stuck, it's time to unstick yourself. You're only stuck if you choose to be, right? So if they're stuck, let them be stuck. If you're stuck, that's why they're stuck. So get unstuck, go live your highest and best life. Dream, dare to dream. What do I want to be when I grow up, right? And step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Wow, that's another one for me. See, Spirit's just reconfirming for me everything I've been thinking. I don't know how it resonates with you guys, but my North Node is in Taurus, and I'm supposed to be living an opulent, grounded, prosperous, beautiful life in this lifetime. My South Node was Scorpio. That's all the, witchy, voodoo, hoodoo, spiritual, deep, empathic. And I'm all that too. I mean, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and the beer koozie. But in this life, I am supposed to know my value, and I am supposed to be living my highest and best life. And I struggle with that because I struggled with knowing my worth. I mean, I just figured I'm not worth it. I was wrong, and I'm learning that. Spirit, what do we need to know for the full moon in Libra? Messages, please, for the collective. Almost done. Be quiet. Look at that. Bottom of the deck. Abundance. Hunter moon. And we have, super moon. Attraction. So call it in, guys. Call it in. It's a master number 44. Call in your abundance. Call in through the power of attraction, right? The law of attraction. We have number 21, which is a 3, and it says resilience. Okay, resilience is don't give up. Release what doesn't serve you. You're walking around with all this crap on your back. Let go of what you don't need. And what you do need, don't give up on. Last but not least, we have you and me in the void. In the void. The void is where we get held, guys. It's number 1. It's where what we were and what we're becoming are in the yoni state right here. Pure potential. Pure potential. 0 point. Well, actually, this is a 1. So you're becoming, right? It is the state of transformation where you're becoming. So work on the abundance, show the world the real you, embrace the void, rest and be held. Be resilient, release what doesn't serve you, and what does serve you, don't give up on. And use the law of attraction to your own good. Step out of your comfort zone. Look up on your chart what your north node is. That's where you're headed. And nothing is yet set in stone. I intend to completely walk away from my twin, just completely for now. I'm not staying stuck. And he knows where I live. He knows my phone number. He knows how to text me. If and when he ever chooses the journey, I have every faith in the world that Spirit is going to just align us somehow, some way, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what he's doing. Serendipity is just going to bring it all together. And in a very natural, beautiful, lucky kind of way. Not where anybody's going to get broken or hurt, or we're not going to cause harm to others. It's okay to fall in love with somebody else. It'll just naturally fade apart, or that person will fall in love with somebody else, or things will change, right? Trust the journey and where it's taking you. Work through your fears. Work through your fears. All right. Anything else, Spirit? Nope. I think we're going to call it there, guys. My son's home, and I have some more packing to do. I've got to get him ready too, because he's going to have to homeschool at my niece's house.
1 day.
For 1 day. Then he gets off for Easter. So
yeah, I have Monday. I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. So 6 days.
That's awesome. Now tell everybody goodbye.
Bye.
Namaste, guys.